Frank Mondeose here for another different episode of the Spiritual Playboy. I'm here with Stephen Portman, who is the founder of Innovate, and Innovate is the company that does all the videos for the Spiritual Playboy. Thank you, Stephen, for being here. A lot of people don't know, but I created the Spiritual Playboy specifically because Stephen said that I travel the world all the time and it's not cool that I'm doing this and not sharing it with the world. So it was actually his idea. So I want to get a bit of your take on it.
I worked with Frank for a number of years before the Spiritual Playboy came along. And like Frank said, I noticed that he'd been traveling a lot and he'd started a shift in his own kind of way of thinking, and narratively it appealed to me, and I thought it would appeal to a lot of other people, including a good historical reference for your own changes. Mm-hmm. I like the fact that it's not just an ongoing record, but it's also a longer term focus about where you are and what you're thinking and how you're expressing yourself in the world at large. Mm-hmm. I think that's interesting, and if I find that interesting, I can guarantee other people will. So that's why I wanted to bring it out there.
So today, the reason for our video is because he finally convinced me to get a drone. So we've been always like tracking the drone situation, and I told him like there's no way I'm carrying a fucking huge drone with me everywhere I'm going. But he's like, think about where you've been, Shasta, where the dam, where Stonehenge, anywhere I go, Egypt, wherever I go, like there's great shots that we could get from aerial. So right here, right now, we have the purchase of a DJI Spark.
We've looked at drones before, but they've kind of been expensive and they've been big. I have a drone, it's very bulky, you need a backpack to carry it around. Finally, DJI came out with literally a cell phone sized drone called the DJI Spark. And the price point is great. It's not the most refined, advanced drone in the world, but it's for what it produces, for the portability. It's perfect for Frank when he takes it around the world. So we're hoping to get some great stuff with this. So
here we go with the unboxing of this DJI Spark. Hopefully it's all under control. And then we're going to try to do our first flight if possible.
Yes, well, you have to really.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather the first flight now than the first flight in the middle of a foreign country.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's like Christmas. The box with everything in it, and this is with the Fly More combo, is smaller than my drone body.
Is this with the bag? Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, that's the Fly More combo. That's everything included.
Wow, this has a bag, extra batteries.
Yeah. Crazy.
So this is the box that the drone is in. Let's show it.
That's ridiculous. I mean, that's everything that you need inside that small bag. There's the bag also inside the box. So this is the entire package.
Oh my god, this is not normal. Can you see this?
It's ridiculous.
This is a drone, a high quality drone. It doesn't do 4K like you said, it does HD.
Yeah, 1080p, 30 frames, but that's all you need really for web videos.
Awesome.
It's so small. And that's with the battery on it already. There's one battery on the drone.
Remote?
Yes, this is the controller. This comes with a Fly More combo only, or you purchase it separately. The trouble with the Spark is if you don't purchase the Fly More combo or the remote, it relies on a connection with the Wi-Fi on your phone, which is only like 80-100 meters. With the remote, you can get up to, I think it's 1 mile, which is like 1.5 kilometers away. So this is why the controller is much more valuable. Plus you've got the sticks instead of using your phone screen. It's tiny.
So this is what we're gonna do now. It is like 7 o'clock or something like that. I have a flight tomorrow at 4 o'clock, need to be at the airport for like 2. So we're gonna do our best to charge our batteries, get this together. He's gonna give me a quick tutorial and we'll try to get it up before the sun goes down, and we'll take it as it goes. So follow us as we go outside and play with our new drone.
72 hours later.
Fuck, that was not easy, bro.
It's never easy the first time. It's always kind of annoyingly complicated, but it gets a lot easier once you've done it first time. Then everything else is kind of set up. So now we're charging the batteries, we're charging the remote, we've set up the components, and we're just waiting for everything to fully charge. The phone's now connected to the controller, and we're ready to go. Did you clear the phone?
I'm doing that right now. So yeah, that took us about, I don't know, half an hour just to get the phone and the drone connected and so on and so forth. We are headed outside for our first maiden voyage. You want to go in the sun here, or where do you want to go?
Yeah, this is good. You just want to be out of the corner.
Yeah, pitch.
Somewhere in this corner right. Biggest pro tip I could say is if you have the controller and you panic during the flight, let go. The overriding impulse when you've got your controllers is to fight for control, is to try and overtake the control of the drone. Whenever something goes wrong, you want to be like, oh, I'm gonna, like you would do in a computer game, or you do in any other situation, like in a car accident, you'd grab the steering wheel and you'd wrestle control of the car. This is the opposite. When you panic with the drone, you let go of the controls and let the drone just stop and do its own thing. Okay, connect to the controller's Wi-Fi. Yeah. Pull the sticks down to the opposite corners. Yeah, pull the sticks down to the opposite corners. There you go. Okay.
Now what, up?
Yeah, I'm just thinking which one. The left one is up.
Just go?
Yeah.
Yeah, but bro, I've never flown in my life.
Okay, let go. See, if you let go of the controllers, it'll stay where it is. It'll stay exactly where it is. The other stick. To the right and to the left. Now that's side by side.
And what does that stick do up and down? Forward, forward.
There you go.
The detection is only for the forward, right?
No, front and below. Collision avoidance is to the front and below. It's so still. Mind you, there's no wind as well, so you're doing good with the wind.
My battery's almost done. Alright, so now how do I travel? Forward and back?
Forward and backwards, yeah. Tilt where you want it to go. The red lights are at the front, remember? Watch for the people. Okay. When you want to go, just go. There you go, forward. Now look at the camera. You can look between where the drone's looking at, and you can look at the drone. So keep alternating between what the camera's seeing and what you're seeing of the drone in real life. How does it feel? Scary?
Yes.
It's always scary.
So up, down, left, right is on the left. And this and the other one is forward, backwards.
Side to side, probably. Okay, there you go.
It's not going to take off if my phone dies. It's not going to take off. So we did our first flight. My phone died very quickly. I didn't want to lose it. I was panicking like a little boy.
It's so easy to panic, trust me.
Oh my god, I could, after when I realized you were filming, I'm like, oh my god, I sound like a little boy.
No,
so nervous too.
You don't realize how nerve-wracking it is until you're actually in control of one, and suddenly all logic and sense of awareness and sense of place goes out the window, and you're just like, oh, it's gonna go, it's gonna go.
Exactly. After a late afternoon of setup, and then we went for our first flight. My phone died very quickly. It was low battery. We went to eat, we charged everything up, and then we went for a second flight in the dark in the park. And yeah, I just got much more used to the joystick and the controllers. It's fucking nerve-wracking because it's like you have like 8 directions, you have the record, you have the gimbal, which is moving the camera up and down. So it's, I would say it was anything but smooth.
Yeah.
We crashed already once, a little crash,
little bump here.
but that we don't know why. We just
I know. I don't think it was. I don't think it had found its positioning when we took off. So I think it just kind of took off without really knowing where it was.
I was
and then
a bit
it was
quick.
Yeah. But that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, you learn by doing.
Yeah, so I had a couple of scares. Once I said return to home and it went 20 meters higher. I'm like, what the fuck? And that was the first flight. And then this one, when I saw it like coming back down very hard, I'm like, oh God, there goes 700 US off the second flight. So yeah, it was very nerve-wracking, and but I'm liking it. I'm getting it. We got out of beginner mode. This thing moves. It's fast. I enjoy this. I see how it could be a fun little hobby for me.
I mean, the places you've been already and the places you're likely to go, you're going to get some amazing like aerial stuff. Absolutely.
Well, Stephen, thank you very much for all your support, your wisdom, your research, your counsel, and spending time with me here to practice. So hopefully next time you see a Spiritual Playboy video, you'll have some drone footage in it. And so like I always say, let love free.
Let the drone flee.
Let the drone free. Let it fly. On that note, take care. I'll see you next in Firenze, Italia.